Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a date night makeup. I filmed this when I had a sore throat and now I don't have a voice. So we're doing a voiceover, but bear with me, I do have a cold. I wanted to bring it back to some of the old style videos I did on my channel where I filmed super up close because I know that's a comment that I get on my videos that you love how I film up close. So let's get into this tutorial. I'm just going to pin my hair back. We're going to start with brows. I'm showing you the whole process here because it is a process. So I'm going in with the Rare Beauty Brow Gel. I might not mention all the products in my voiceover, but I will have them all listed down below in the description box in case you're curious as to what I'm using. But I'm going in with a clean spoolie and just shaping my brows after the gel. This is so that I can get the shape. That's why I like to lay the hairs down first. Then using a nano pencil, my favorite is from CoverGirl, I'm going to fill in my brows. So I like to start with the base of my brow, just drawing a line. Creating the shape, I always think is the hard part, and filling it in is actually the easy part. So if you take your time shaping your brow prior, then filling it in, you'll have a much easier time. This is also for those who don't have much brow hair, like me. If you have big, beautiful, bushy brows, you might need to just stop at the brow gel stage. You might not have to do all this work to actually create a brow. But if you need to create a brow, I got the brow tutorial for you. Now we're going in with a brow pen, and I like these because they help the detail work. So now I'm creating brow-like hair strokes. You can see them better with a brow pen, and it also does the detail for the ends of my brows and also deepens the tail, which I like that kind of gradient look. Now I'm going to clean up underneath the brow. This is also going to help with the shape of the brow if you went over your line or if you just want them to be a little bit smaller underneath. My brows are two different brows, so this is where I kind of create the even shape for me because one of my brows is lower than the other. So I like to take that concealer, really look at both my eyes and use the concealer as a base, but also to help shape. Then I'm going in with Kosas powder. This is my favorite powder right now. I've been using it all the time. I got it in a light shade, my tan shade. I have it in the pink shade. It's just the best powder. When I don't know what I want to do, this is just my go-to palette. It's the original Master Mattes from Makeup by Mario. Taking the shade that you see on camera, and I'm just using this lightly in the crease. You can gradually deepen it up if you want deeper, but I did a look similar to this. It was my bronzy look for summer. I love using my Dior highlighter palette as eyeshadow. So I'm using those three shades that I showed with my finger. I'm going in with the deeper bronze shade first. Now you see the gold in the center. Then for the inner third as well as my inner corner, I'm taking the pearly white shade. And this is my go-to for inner corner work. If you ever see me with a bright white inner corner, I'm using this Dior highlighter palette. It is my go-to again, just for that. So now I'm going to create a smoky winged liner. This just softens the look instead of doing a black liquid. I like both, but I wanted this to be a nice soft look for date night. So I'm creating that shape with an angled brush. You can smoke it out more if you want. I'm keeping it kind of in between. It's not going to be too smoky, but I am keeping it on the lighter side. So this is where I go and smoke it out. I use a nice tiny detail pencil brush. This one's from Refer. Again, all the brushes that I'm going to be using for this tutorial will be linked down below. Now, curling my lashes, it looks wild when you see up close curled. And then the Merit mascara, it's a tubing mascara. I've fallen in love with this mascara. Since my Clio Kill Lash, there hasn't really been a mascara that I've fallen so hard for, and I cannot stop using this. This makes my lashes look incredible. And now I'm using the Be Kind lip balm. I've been loving this just because of the smell. It reminds me of Jujubes. It just smells so good. Then for lashes, I have these ones from MAC. They're number 75, and I cut off quite a bit from the ends, so they're more of a half lash on me, but they're nice and long and they're dramatic, really fluffy. I haven't really been wearing as dramatic of lashes as these ones, but I think they really made the look so nice. You can totally skip lashes, leave it at just mascara, but I wanted the drama to be in my long lashes. So I had to kind of go back in with my inner corner lashes and put some more coats on them just so that they matched how long these lashes are. Now I'm going to clean up the skin with these Medicube pads. This is such an amazing product just for smoothing out my skin texture, my pore size. They're just fantastic as a prep for my makeup or just skincare in general. For special occasions, I use them. I don't use them every day because my skin is sensitive to exfoliating, but for really good makeup application, my makeup always looks best with those pore pads. Eye cream, face cream. I'm even going to be using my sunscreen because this was, I think it was around 3 o'clock when I started to film. I wasn't going out till later, but I still needed a layer of sunscreen on my skin. I film in natural light and I wear sunscreen every day. In the morning, I put it on, and if I'm going to be doing my makeup later, I'm reapplying my sunscreen. So that's what I'm doing right now, putting a generous layer of sunscreen. You need 3 finger lengths full of sunscreen to have enough for your face. You need it on your eyelids, your neck, all the places. And for primer, we're using the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. If you have pores or texture, this takes care of it. I don't use primer for longevity. I personally don't have an issue with that. It's for my pore size and any remaining texture. My skin isn't too textured right now. It's just the pore size that I want to take care of before going in with my foundation, which I'm using the MakeupByCheryl one. This is incredible. The undertone of this is so perfect for when I have a little bit of a tan. You can tell it's not the same color as my face skin, but I am matching my body, and that's how I match my foundation. I know some people always ask, like, you're not matching your face, but I am matching my body because I do self-tan occasionally, and I had a little bit remaining from when I last self-tanned, and it matches my body absolutely perfectly. So I'm going for a hydrated, dewy look. So the MakeupByCheryl achieves that for me, and then the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Concealer just pairs so perfectly with this foundation. It's the best combination. I'm almost done this concealer. I fell in love with it when I first tried it. It was just love at first sight with this. And also the foundation, it's actually my second bottle of it. And then I'm just using my Hourglass concealer brush. I'm highlighting, I'm concealing. I'm just doing all the things to create the most flawless looking canvas. Both of these blending in together, you can just see how these formulas mesh. It just looks incredible. As much as I loved my eye makeup look for today's video, it was my skin. I could not get over how well all these things played together. I got to use all my favorite products, just have fun. I wasn't worried about talking during this video. I just threw on some music, just had so much fun doing my makeup. Always my favorite part about going out with my friends was when we would get ready together, and this felt like it. I just had the camera going, so I felt like I was getting ready with my friends, just had the music going. It just was so much fun to do this sort of video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And now you get to see what I've been raving about, the Rare Beauty Contour. I've been talking about this so much recently, and this is sheer but buildable. It gives a radiance and a glow to the skin, so it matches the kind of glowy look that I was going for complexion. You don't normally find contours with this sort of glow to it, as you can see. So I'm just switching the brush around, blending everything in. I go in with the more dense side to apply and then flip it to the fluffy side to blend out. Sticking with the creams, I'm using the shade Piggy, I think this is from Rhode. It's the pink one. I go in with the same brush I was using for contour, and as you can see, she is pigmented. Like, I make a face here. I think that's the noise I would make. Anyways, you guys told me to leave makeup mistakes in, so I've been doing that. I just blended it out with my foundation brush because whatever was remaining on that brush, it just softened the pigment for that. Now going in with my Kosas powder, but in the pink shade, I use this underneath my eyes. I need a new one. It needs to restock. What are you doing, Sephora? We need a restock, especially before the sale. So please restock my Kosas powder in pink because I'm running low. And then I'm going in with the shade Comfy. Is it? Nope, Breezy. Okay, I'm going in with the shade Breezy. This is my lighter shade. Comfy is when I'm more tan. And I'm just using this all over the rest of my face to set. I use this after all my creams, and then once I set everything, I see if I need to go in with any powders. So I wanted to deepen up my bronzer. I'm using my Gucci bronzer and my Smith brush. This is the best combination for bronzer right now. And this has also a glow to it, so it really matches the skin. It's not going to dull anything because it's not a matte bronzer. It is just a beautiful, glowy, natural. You can't really overdo this bronzer either. It just blends in so nicely. You can see I've hit pan on it. It's a beautiful bronzer. If you bring the bronzer too low, clean it up with your puff. And then I just pinch my bronzer brush. Don't even take a new brush. I just run it quickly down my nose and across it just to do a quick contour. And to help with that contour, I like to use my Dior highlighter palette on my nose as well. This really helps with it, I find. It's highlighting. It brings it all together. And then I wanted to retouch my inner corner, so I'm going to use that white in the inner corner as well. We're nearing the end, doing all the fine-tuning features. I feel when we get to this stage, everything's really coming together. I'm putting in my Lumify eye drops. That was really quick, but it does help whiten your eyes. And then just the shade that we used in the crease, I'm just running with a pencil brush on the lowers. I could have used my Merit mascara on my lower lashes, but I reached for my Lashy Del the Flutter Extension one. This was a new one, which I used in a Trying New Makeup, and I loved it on my lower lashes. So I really wanted to just pull out all my favorites, things that I've recently tried that I want to try again, and just use them for this look. I literally was just having the time of my life filming this tutorial. And then I've been loving this color again from Hourglass. It's in the shade Chestnut. It's a beautiful maroonish reddy color. It's so pretty. And then to complete the look, this lip combo. It is gorgeous. I have it in my purse still. It's MAC Spice, which is this beautiful, really warm color, which matches my complexion, my hair. I feel the eye look, it just really ties it all together. Even though I love a cool brown, Spice for this just works for the look. It's my favorite pencil from MAC is Spice. Then a new old favorite is MAC Flesh Pot. I've been reaching for this so much lately. I just put this in the center of my lips, usually because it is so light. Go back with that pencil, contour where I need to contour, shade everything in, blend it together with the pencil, and then finish it off with this gloss from Lise Watier. It's in the shade Lychee. I fell in love with this because the formula is similar to Armani glosses. It is so beautiful. This combo, I'm obsessed. I'm looking back at the footage and I'm just so obsessed. And I want my skin to be melted together, everything to look as one. That's where the Delba comes in. And then for wear, I'm using my Anastasia Impeccable. Then I'm gonna let this dry. I do use a fan to speed up the process. And then I just go back in, see where it maybe looks a little too shiny, just press that in. That's all you need to do when you're out. You don't need to bring extra product, I feel. You just need a puff and to re-press your skin. That makes everything better. And then I wanted it a little bit more pink than it was, so a little bit of Piggy back on the cheeks. And then I'm adding highlight from my Dior highlighter palette, which I don't normally do, but I felt like making it really glowy today. Then I'm like, maybe not, and then start powdering it. So you can see, I just go back and forth until I like what I see. And then here is the finished look, nice and zoomed in. You can see my skin texture. This is what makeup looks like on real skin. No filters, natural light, zoomed in. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I love this tutorial. Probably my favorite I've ever done, honestly. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed filming it. Give it a thumbs up and we'll do it again.